let's make sense of these charts here. Should we start with let's start with Bitcoin. Bitcoin had a crazy amazing day yesterday. So let's start with it, huh? All right. Let's move it up. Let's go. Let's move it up to the daily. All right. Bitcoin daily. Big things that we're seeing here. All right, we've cleared this level of resistance, right? We're challenging the 50 EMA here. Um Now, I would expect, right? I've been waiting for this challenge to the 50 EMA, and then taking a move down, because the 50 EMA is below the 200 EMA. So I'm expecting a bounce downward from it, just like it's done in the past here, right? Comes up, challenges the 50 EMA zone, then takes a move downward. The thing I am looking out for is this right here, this big vector candle. All right. This big vector candle is giving me signs of, hey, you know what? There's a lot of room here for it to move up. All right. There's not a lot of resistance for it to be on the daily chart, right? There's not a lot of consolidation of pricing or anything in this area or even up here. So it's like, okay, maybe we get a bounce not until 28, right? This is the last level of support. So I'd be looking at that for a zone, right? I'd call it a zone, right up here, to be like, okay, maybe we get a bounce there. But that would be, I mean, it is pretty crazy. I mean, I just I would expect a bounce downward sooner. It's been so bullish. I don't see that cool off quite yet. I've been seeing signs that it's like, okay, it's time to take a move back down. Okay, time to make a move back down, but it just hasn't been showing that to me yet. I mean, we are slamming the Bollinger Band right now. On the daily, money flow wave is just creeping back up to the green. Now, see how long we've been in this? We've been in a negative money flow since April here. It's been downwards. So VWAP is still pointing up like crazy. Now, an 8 hour, I've been watching 8 hour because I love the 8 hour chart and super reliable. Um, 8 hour, it hasn't quite challenged the 200 EMA. We're blown past the 50 EMA. Not going to be returning to that soonish, I don't think, right? I would imagine that we challenge the 200 EMA. And then here on the 8 hour, we have all these vector candle zones. Now remember, vector candle zones are zones where market makers are taking longs or shorts. Red vector candle zones are the market makers going long. All right. So they're going to want to take the price will return to these zones because that's where they make their money. All right. So we are gonna. I'm looking. I'm telling you, it's looking nice for the Bulls right now. At least until maybe all the way. I would. It's just crazy because I'm not used to this. I've been so used to this number go down. So I'm like trying to rework my brain here and be like optimistic and like, okay, it's gonna be okay. We're numbers gonna keep going up. It's hard for me to spit that out and say that with confidence. It really is. Um, but it does. It looks like a really healthy pump, like crazy healthy pump. When we had this giant quick downturn, you know, we were saying, the faster it falls, hey, it could rise just as fast. That's kind of that's what's crazy about crypto. It's absolutely beautiful. But let's see, we're going to be let's take a look at lower time frames. 8 hour looks like it's still pumping. 4 hour says, hey, look at this. Of course, we're using our kimono wave indicator, which you can use for free. Just go into our Discord and request some access. And Freeman will probably help you get hooked up with that. 1 hour currently. It looks like it's pinching. Looks like it's pinching, but look at this money flow. Money flow is super thick and it's just pointing up. VWAP looks like it could start pointing up again. So we are looking pretty bullish. We're looking pretty bullish, guys. Right now, I'd be like on the 1 hour. All right, I'd be looking for some long opportunities on the 15 minute. Okay. The wick down here. I mean, not a very right. You want to see in a challenge to the 50 EMA. So price returns to the 50 EMA, moves away from it, returns to the 50 EMA, moves away from it. In the bullish cycle, like I don't want to say bullish cycle, but because we're still in a bear market, but in a bull kind of pattern, right? You see the 50 EMA above the 200. And so then you'd expect price when it returns to the 50 EMA to bounce off of it. All right. So it's looking good. So right now it's like, hey, maybe this was a quick little bounce on the 15, and we could be getting some higher numbers here. For that, if you wanted to go down to the lower time frames, I'd go like to the 5 minute, the 1 minutes. Yes, 5 minute. Look at that. 5 minute, we challenged the 50 EMA on the 5, and we could be seeing a nice little bounce here. Still not, the signal's not printed yet on the kimono wave here. VWAP is trending up, money flow trending up, the wave's starting to curve. So this could be a new higher high, right? That's what we could be forming right here. Let's go on to Ethereum. I was just talking how bullish I am on Ethereum. It hasn't hit. So with Ethereum, oh yeah, my other chart, I have it all marked up. It's a little bit, it's cleaner here at least. Oh geez, I was like, why is it? It's 5 minute. Let's step back. Ethereum. Yesterday, it just could not, like on daily open, it would challenge daily open every single time, get rejected. Challenge daily open, get rejected. Market makers didn't want Ethereum to move yesterday. It barely moved. All right. But here, I mean, we're getting a nice challenge to higher highs here. Um, this money flow wave here is starting to pinch in. VWAP is up. All right. And so it's I'm looking again. I'm waiting for this 1700 zone. Um, to me that makes sense. We could go higher than that too. I mean, this pump could go higher. Let's see where the 200, right? If we were like, hey, the daily, it's blown past the 50 EMA. We could wait for a challenge back to it, or it might just keep going and challenge the 200 EMA. Maybe by the time 200 EMA, it's up here to our top of this last range, which is about 21, right? So that's I'm oh man, we could definitely see some pumpage still remaining. I mean, how big of a percentage is this price range from here? I mean, yeah, we still got maybe 7% till we hit that first level, then that next level. We got that's 33%, guys. That would be an amazing pump. Now to Kansas, I know yesterday it was cheering on for that
He's
3K level.
right now, Dikens is asking you if we'll get 1720 by tomorrow. He needs to cash out for the casino. Dikens must have a little bag, a little bag that he's itching to cash out. He says all the recent gambling talk on this channel has tingled his dingle. So I guess Dikens
Oh
is
no,
hitting up the
we're gonna
casinos this
we're
weekend.
gonna be yeah, everyone's gonna be going to gambling addiction anonymous, and like, yeah, is the GM DeFi show in the room with us right
I'm
now?
probably going to be Dikens's gambling exit liquidity when I buy one of his
1720, he
big
has
butts.
1720. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, I think we could hit that by tomorrow. I mean, look at
Yeah,
where we're at right now. We're this candle, it's really not that bad. Again, we're only like, it's possible to have a huge percentage in one day. Like this one, for example, that was 18% in one day. All right. Now, yeah, so we could totally hit that number in the next couple of days. Totally possible. Especially with these lower, like, look at 8 hours. So 8 hour, I actually was like, okay, I'm getting a short signal. I really want to short the top. And so many times I see everyone says it's gonna hit 17. When everyone says it's gonna hit a level, it always front runs them and never actually hits that level. And so I was like thinking that's gonna happen to me again. Like I'm like, everyone's saying this, and I'm gonna nail the top this time. Took a little short. on 8-hour overbought signal. It worked out for a little while, but then I saw the market was not going to turn on me. It's going to still pump. So I got out of that short. And now it looks like, hey, in an hour and 40 minutes on the 8-hour, we actually want to print another green. And every single time the 8-hour has been printing these green oversold, these would be oversold signals, even though not much at all was sold, right? It's really like it's really just challenge, right? The price comes down and challenges this EMA. I think this EMA is like the 9 or what is which one is this one? It's a lower one. Let's check it out. I can't remember.
Yeah. It's,
5.
yeah.
Yeah. So the yellow is the 5, 13, right?
2
Okay.
1.
Yeah, so that's the 5 EMA. So you're gonna it's just coming price is gonna come down, challenge that. So you could be sitting here and I mean this would be probably a great trading strat right now. I mean, dang, every time you see the price come down to this to the moving average here on the 8-hour, it's been a level of support like crazy. And so that's what I was watching. I saw it come down to it. I was like, okay, maybe we'll start plow through it and maybe challenge the 50 or the 15 EMA here, and it just didn't. It just bounced off of it again. So it's man, dude, it's looking good every single time, right? You get this green dot, we could get a couple of these 8-hour candles up. Um, so it's man, I'm very bullish on ETH for lots of reasons. Um, and here 4-hour looks like we're getting an oversold signal, right? So when on the kimono wave, when you get these overbought signals and the wave's starting to go down, it doesn't mean that the kimono wave doesn't tell you how much the price is going to move. It just says that okay, it's this is the momentum at the moment, right? All right. Right here, we didn't get a move down. It just stayed. It just stayed at this range up here. So now we're looking to see if this range is starting to break it, right? This candle still has a minute to left. That's not a pretty candle to have right now on the top of that candle. Not gonna lie. What is it doing on the 1 hour? 1 hour RSI is starting to point down. We could have a little cool off. I don't know. We could be in this range up here for a little bit longer before we get a move up. But yeah, I mean, even here on the 1 hour, it's been doing a very bullish pattern, right? And that's comes challenges wrong tool, comes and challenges the 50 EMA, gets rejected, challenges it, gets rejected. um the 1 hour is spectacular. I love watching the 1 hour and seeing, okay, look, it's touched the 50 EMA zone. Up, I'm getting an oversold signal, I'm going long. I love doing that with the 1 hour. Well, with really in a lot of the time zones, time frames here, but the 1 hour is just it's like a trendsetter. So I really like doing the 1 hour. With that 30-minute has been absolutely fantastic too. And 15. So anyways, yeah, like right here, like we're extended. Like we got this extension. Now we're chilling up here. So it could be waiting. It could, and yeah, I would say it waits or takes a little drawback down, challenges to 50 EMA again, and then takes the next move up. So just that's what I'm looking for. Coming going forward here today. Still bullish pattern. So, as and same thing, I take short scalps. So when I see the price is far away from the 50 MA and I get an overbought signal, I'm like, it's gonna run a return to the 50 MA. So you take a little short scalp. I did that a couple of times yesterday. Um, it's just it's I don't know. It's been a really awesome, healthy chart. I'm just everyone's kind of waiting for the top to short the top. I think that's what I'm doing. I'm kind of constantly just like get the major retrace back down. Damn it! Like that's what I want. I'm like I just have been keeping that in my head of like it's because to me it's terrifying to be longing at these high levels. You know what I
Oh
mean? Like
yeah.
because you're
Feels
longing
like you're
for the
longing into the
top.
pump. Yeah, you're
You're
longing right into the
longing
pump.
into the Right. And so I'm of course if you're a trader that, is more of like a swing trader, you're all right. You're fine right now. You're in a good zone because you
Yep.
probably bought down at the dip and whatnot or close to it, and you're
Yep.
just riding it
Right
and
now.
and just being patient, right, for like the daily or something major to tell you to sell.
That's called
But I'm a
being a
scalper.
prudent, smart trader, is what that's
No, that's
called.
a swing trader.
Um,
I
what
I
Matt
can't
is
do
is
that though. I don't
called,
have the
he calls it
patience.
scalping,
I
but
don't have
it's
the
actually
patience.
called being a degen, is the technical term.
I'm a scalper. I go in for 1 or 2 pips and then I'm out, That's it,
Just a
man. Get
pip
in
or
and then get
two,
out.
mate.
I don't sleep on it. See, swing traders, they can sleep in their positions. You have to. I
That's the
can't. I
point.
can't sleep on. Last night I tried, dude. Remember how I said I put in that little short on the 8 hour? I was like sitting there staring at my phone, and I was just like, okay, it's like about to go to bed. I'm like, am I gonna sleep on this, dude? Nothing looks good. The patterns look like it's
Been there
gonna go
before,
against my way.
buddy.
I don't know if I could do this, and I sold it. That's why I sold really because I'm like, and I'm glad I did because definitely, just as I thought it did overnight, it was pumped. So I was like, hey, I made that call right, but I just can't sleep on it. I wouldn't be able to sleep. I'd be setting my alarm clock for like 2 in the morning to check
Oh,
the next
that's what
eight
I was
hour
just about to
candle.
say, is that Matt has
Yeah.
told me that he was going to set his alarm for the middle of the night to get up and check the positions and maybe put it in order. That's not even a
I mean,
joke. That's real.
that's real. And that's it's not healthy. And then
Yeah.
if you wanted to trade, yeah, anyways, all right. So
It's not
ETH, I
healthy.
kind of went on a tangent on
Bullish on
how
8 hours
how
of sleep.
how to use moving averages and the kimono wave here. Let's check out some other tokens. Let's check out Ape Watch here. Ape is up 4.7%. Um, it's look at these bullish patterns, right? This is a 30-minute, comes down, tests the 50 MA, it moves up, comes back, tests the 50 MA, moves up. And so it's just right now we could be seeing a rejection. We could be seeing the bottom right here on this one. However, we are getting an overbought signal right now on the 30. So I'd be patient. Watch what's happening on like the lower time frames. See the 5 minute. Oh, there's an old position. The 5 minute here. See the 5 minute looks actually fantastic. We actually broke through challenge. I'd call it sure challenge the 200 moving average there. Now we're popping up, and we want to see a break from the 50 EMA upwards, just like it happened here, right? Kind of comes down, and this kind of this is people do trade just off of these moving averages all the time, and a lot of people and they'll be doing triangles and stuff like that and everything. And then, it breaks the triangle, it breaks the moving average. So people get, you trap people here, right? The market makers trap. Whoop, that's a nice squiggle. The market maker traps these types of, like a lot of shorts, a lot of people going short here, but the market maker is actually going long. Market makers going long. Price comes back to return to those levels. Another thing to be looking out for is, are there any vector candle zones up above that we can see in ape? I mean, yeah, 1 hour. Look at these vector candle zones it could return to before it starts to make a move back down and returns to these vector candles. I have don't look at these fibs. These are outdated. I gotta fix those. We've had newer highs and everything. Matic is freaking has been just absolutely going insane. It's up here at this top range. I've been trading this top range here, trying to get my shorts up as it as enters the top here, the fib, and then dumps back down here. Here on the 1 hour, it looks like what do we get? What are we seeing here? Let's zoom in on this range, because this is a level I'd have to pull back a little more, but this is a level I obviously marked that I'm expecting it to get to. Oh yeah, well that's $1. Yeah, it wants to come up to challenge $1. Of course, people love those stupid round numbers, so it's gonna want to try to claim that vector candle zone, I bet. And yeah, here we're challenging the 50 MA right now. So if we get a nice rejection here, go on to lower time frames. What is the 15-minute looking like? 15-minute is
That's some
looking.
solid support
It's
right
wedge,
there,
bro.
man.
We got a freaking stupid wedge happening here. All right, so
Oh,
we got
draw the lines.
draw these stupid lines. All right, yeah. So we got low, higher lows, lower highs. We're pinching, baby. We're pinching. It's playing in between the 250 EMA. We could be getting.
Bollinger
Look at the
Bands are
kimono wave pinching.
squeezed, and the
Ah!
freaking
Is it gonna
RSI in the
pump or is
middle.
it gonna dump? This will be a fun one to watch. Now
Quite fun.
I would be betting that it pumps
Yeah,
because on the other right, because
bouncing
if you
off
look
that
here,
support there,
it's
and it's up.
been doing well, and you know a lot. So what happens when the price moves away from the 50 EMA like it did here? It likes to hang out in a range
Until it
and
comes
wait
back.
for the 50
Yep,
EMA to return to the price,
yep. Unless
or
it's gonna dump back down.
unless it's
Yeah,
going to dump, then it aggressively goes down to
yeah,
to touch that, get back to the moving
yeah.
average. And the market makers, the reason why they have you go the price action go to the moving average, it's because they need to bring in new traders. They need to bring in more liquidity. People, right? If it just keeps going, going, they know they're going to leave a lot of traders out, sitting out, waiting for that moment. So they got to equal. You know, they got to balance it out. They can't just keep pumping it or keep dumping it, or else they'll leave a lot of traders out. So they keep the price returning to the moving average to bring in more liquidity. So it's looking pretty oh yeah, man. I might be, I don't know. So I'll be looking for some longs possibly here on matic soon. It could be interesting because like the daily open has been such a strong resistance. So you're really going to be, I'm going to really want to see it break through that daily open and to get those higher highs. All right, so that's matic. AVAX has been doing great. I had a scalp. I missed this scalp opportunity. I saw this pump coming and I totally missed it. It was just a pump and dump. Just incredible. Here, the 1 hour, we are getting an oversold signal. So that's interesting. 4 hour oversold signal. 5 hour oversold signal. 6 hour. It's been green, baby. RSI is pointing up. Let's go higher for AVEX. Let's go
Jeez,
higher.
that's a
So
crazy pump.
this kind of wick looks like it's just going to want to be consumed. 24-minute. Let's check it out. Yeah, so we have 24-minute. We had a clean challenge to the 50 EMA. See, this is what I was saying. This is what I kind of missed right here. I missed this giant green candle, and then it just dumped on it. So let's come back up. Take this vector candle zone, maybe. Come back down. Oh, wrong tool. No. All right. I would say claim this vector candle zone. Maybe come over and maybe it gets rejected from yesterday's high a couple more times. I don't know. I'm just gonna be. I'm not biased. I'm just gonna be watching the charts. Right now, we're getting could be printing an overbought signal. So it's gonna looks like it's not just gonna rage up to this level. It's gonna have to fight. It's gonna have to. It's there's a lot of people. Like I said, there are a lot of people that are wanting to be putting shorts in right now because these are the highs, right? You know, you want to short the highs. You don't want to sit here and be, I'm gonna go long and it's going to go higher. You know what I mean? I don't. I know the price is gonna go up and down. I trade like water. We flow. Okay,
Trademark
we
water.
flow. I don't. And I'm trying not to use my emotions when I do it and have expectations in the market, right? If I'm in a trade and the market gives me profits, awesome. I'm going to take those profits because I had no idea the market was going to give me those profits in the first place. So that's AVAX. What else should we look at? What were you
I think
looking at,
that's
man?
a pretty good market
All right,
overview. I think we're pretty good there. I think
kind of went ham.
you crushed it. You crushed the market.
Thank you for watching GMTV.